My stepdad gave my college money to his actual daughter and bragged about sending me to college. My social media post ruined his credibility. My dad died when I was 6. Mom married Mark 2 years later. He had a daughter named Chloe who was a year younger than me. From the beginning, he introduced us as my 2 kids, but it never felt that way. If Chloe wanted something, she got it almost immediately. If I needed something, I was told to wait because money was tight. Mom noticed the difference sometimes, but Mark always had an excuse. She needs it more. You're tougher. You understand sacrifice. After enough years, I stopped arguing. When I turned 16, my grandmother sold her house and divided part of the money among her grandchildren. My share came to almost $40,000. She looked directly at Mark before signing the paperwork. This money is for Noah's college. Nobody touches it except him. Mark smiled confidently. Of course, since I was still a minor, the education account listed both my mom and Mark as guardians. For the next 2 years, Mark constantly bragged about my future whenever relatives or neighbors were around. I've got college covered. He won't graduate with debt. Everyone believed him. I stayed quiet. During my senior year, I was accepted into a state university. A few weeks later, the financial aid office emailed me saying my tuition payment had never arrived. I assumed it was a mistake. Mark didn't. There isn't enough money left, he said, without looking away from the television. What do you mean? Life happened. I asked to see the account statements. No, it was my college fund. It was family money. No, I answered. Grandma left it for me. His expression changed instantly. I've raised you for years. Don't start acting entitled. Mom sat quietly at the kitchen table without saying a word. 3 days later, while Mark was mowing the lawn, I found the bank statement sitting on his desk. Almost every dollar from my education account had been transferred during the previous year. Every transfer went into an account with Chloe's name. She had been accepted into an expensive private university. My college fund had paid for her tuition deposit. When Mark came back inside, I confronted him with the paperwork. He didn't even try to deny it. She's my actual daughter. I just stared at him. She deserved every opportunity. I looked at Mom. She couldn't even meet my eyes. Then Mark shrugged. You'll figure something out. Community college exists. Before walking away, he laughed. People still think I'm the guy sending you to college. That sentence stayed with me. Not the missing money. Not even Chloe. Just that sentence. I moved out the following week and stayed in a friend's basement. I worked construction during the day and stocked shelves at night so I could attend college part-time without depending on anyone. Meanwhile, Mark kept posting online. So proud to help this young man begin his college journey. He even used my graduation pictures. People filled the comments with praise, calling him an amazing father. I ignored it until my grandmother called. I saw Mark's post, she said. Which dorm are you moving into? I told her I wasn't going anywhere. Then I explained everything. The missing money, the transfers, the bank statements. She quietly asked me to email every document. I did. 3 weeks passed. She contacted relatives and the attorney who had handled her estate. Since the money had legally been left for my education, Mark suddenly had questions he couldn't answer. Then he made another Facebook post. Another tuition payment made. Kids are expensive, but they're worth every penny. Once again, he used my graduation photo. That was enough. I didn't write an angry speech or insult him. I simply uploaded 3 screenshots. The first showed the education account my grandmother created. The second showed the transfers into Chloe's account. The third showed Mark publicly claiming he was paying for my college. My caption was only one sentence. I paid for my sister's college without being asked. Then I logged off. The next morning, my phone wouldn't stop ringing. Relatives demanded answers. Friends shared the screenshots. People who had praised Mark suddenly went silent. Some of his coworkers saw everything and started asking questions. Within hours, Mark deleted every social media account he had. It didn't matter. The screenshots kept spreading. A week later, Mom came to see me. She handed me a cashier's check for $15,000. I sold my SUV, she said quietly. I pushed it back. Keep it, she cried. I walked away. A few months later, my grandmother completely changed her estate plan. Mark received nothing. Mom's inheritance was placed in a trust that Mark couldn't access. My share would go directly to me. No joint accounts, no exceptions. Mark called, texted, and emailed, saying my post had destroyed his reputation. He wanted me to tell everyone it had been a misunderstanding. I never replied. Later, I heard Chloe transferred to a cheaper university after part of the money had to be repaid. Mark refinanced the house to cover the loss. For years, he told everyone he was the reason I'd make it through college. In the end, the only education he paid for was the lesson that one truthful post can destroy a lifetime of carefully built lies.